Wow, my friends, you guys really do hate Nvidia right now. That's actually pretty crazy. I've been reading your comments, I've been watching other videos, I've been looking and listening to what other people are saying about Nvidia. And, you know, guys, if we were looking at these GPUs, let's be real. You know, you guys make a lot of good points, and there's a lot of good reason for people to be upset and to be mad, to pretty much vent their anger with Nvidia, and to an extent AMD at this point too. You guys are right. You guys are definitely right. AMD and Nvidia definitely cutting back on the overall power of what these cards should be, and still charging us the same or more in most instances for power levels that we previously would have gotten. I get where you guys are coming from. And you know, it's not that I'm trying to get free graphics cards or anything like that. It's more of a sense of how I actually feel and how I experience the PC experience right now, as opposed to any kind of, you know, look, I get the sentiment with how PC gaming is going right now. Like, I get it. I 100% understand. But then I also understand how my PC experience has been since the 3000 series when I got in. And this experience right now, from 9070 XT, from 5070 Ti, from 5060 even, up to 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte, guys, honestly, I mean, like, reality is this is the best experience PC gaming that I've ever had. Period. End of subject. Like, it is. It's solid. Whether you like it or not, frame generation and all of these techniques actually do enhance and improve the experience. Full stop. They really do. But I get where you guys are coming from. I do. And I want to be supportive of the community, but at the same time, I want to give credit where credit is due. And for me as a gamer, as a PC gamer now, the experience is better. The experience is significantly better. The performance is better. The experience with games right out of the gate feels more stable. You know, when you turn on frame generation, or when you turn on like DLSS or FSR. My biggest complaint with DLSS was this strips out a lot of details that I liked. So I was more prone to want to utilize native resolution, and native resolution looked significantly better than running things through DLSS. Well, DLSS 4 has, for the most part, fixed that to a point where I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, I can deal with this. If my card can't run the game natively, I can deal with this. This looks pretty damn good. And then frame generation, guys. Yeah, it's fake frames. Like, there's no way to get around that, and nobody's denying that. Like it is fake. Like it's legitimately fake. In my opinion, guys, it's like a premium version of like G-Sync or FreeSync for stutter struggle games. In my opinion, that's the experience that it brings for me. Like, it's not that it's giving me 300 frames of performance. No. See, gosh damn it. If AMD and Nvidia would market this and not over freaking charge you, because I get it. You know, if they weren't like trying to raise the prices while cutting back on the hardware part, like, I get it, guys. Like, this is a very, very fine line that these two are treading right now. And honestly, if it wasn't for the AI bros out there willing to scrape up every single freaking chip they can get, I don't think our prices would be high. But look, you saw the prices rise with the little freaking Bitcoin farmers, and now we're dealing with the AI bros, and both of those guys are willing to spend more money on the chips because they are legit making more money for them. Just like I, as a content creator, am willing to spend more money, because paying $379 for this 5060, I've already made my money back on it. Almost. I've legit almost made my money back. Actually, I think I'm, because I was about 300 in ad revenue when I put this card out, and then I did enough ad revenue to give me like 200, it's like $220 back already on this GPU. And so I don't think the 5060 Ti is going to make its money back because that was a $600 card. And I don't think that I'm going to leave it in there long enough to like recoup that money. So that one there was kind of a waste. That was kind of a waste, but you know, AMD did send out the 9060 XT for review. My video for that will go live on the 5th of June. But when I look at what these cards deliver, okay, and this is just me, a gamer to a gamer, consumer to consumer. I don't really consider myself like a high-level tech bro. You know what I mean? Like I'm not what they are, and I don't think I will ever be at that point. Just because I don't, you know, sitting here for the last week with the 9060 XT guys, I don't know if I want to do that, to be completely honest with you. I mean, I love having that. I loved having that experience, to be able to do that and experience that while waiting for, you know, or right before launch or whatever. But to tell you the truth, man, wow, that takes a lot of hard work. I have a lot of respect for the guys that actually sit back there and do all that, because man, it was pretty tough to try to do that. So I get that you guys hate Nvidia right now, okay? I understand that, and it makes sense. We need to be able to vent our anger and stuff like that. But I also understand the other side of it, you know, where like AMD and Nvidia are coming from. It's like they know, I guarantee they know that like these features are going to satisfy a lot of gamers. Okay, they are, and I really do feel like they've both taken this opportunity to reboot what the graphics card stack looks like in a new age, where it just makes them literally 0 cents to sell us GPUs at a price that we would buy them for. Because I guarantee it, if these right here, okay, so let's take the 5060 for instance. If this GPU right now was, according to like Gamers Nexus or some of the other, you know, smarter guys that have been doing this for a while, they know the ins and outs of this stuff. If this card was on par hardware wise to what the 50 to what it should be, this card right now would probably be $800-900 for an entry-level GPU utilizing the power. Well, I would probably say 600. 600 sounds a little bit more right to me. So we're asking, and that's fine. Like, I mean, if that's what it costs to get that, if that's what it costs to get this, you know, because this card right now is like $300 to $350, okay, for a 5060, and this is with 8 gigs of RAM, guys. Yeah, obviously it only takes them like $50. I mean, seriously, from this card to the next one up is like $50 difference. So, or is it like $399? I think it's like $399, because the other one's like, I don't know. But both of them have already shown us that like the same card with the same specs, if you bump up the price of the card and give it 16 gigs of VRAM, it's like $30 to $50, okay? So they can't be like, oh yeah. So when I look at that, I'm just like, okay, like if they give us the full on hardware stack for these GPUs, we're looking at much higher price. I mean, obviously, look at your 5090. That one's coming out at like $2,000 and that's for a Founders Edition card. Okay, you look at that, and it's just madness, guys. $2,000, 600 freaking volts to run that. That's crazy. And so when I look at the 5070 Ti, okay, essentially a 1440p card. If you look at the hardware specs alone, that card's a 1440p card. Should probably never go above and beyond 1440p. Probably be like, if you're trying to use that card at like pure hardware rasterization, yeah, you're obviously playing that at a 1440p. Obviously you're getting 1440p, but at the same time, you are essentially, you're going to be, on some games, you're going to be lowering freaking settings. You're not getting the ultra setting experience out of that card without using either DLSS or something like that. So I mean, you're still legitimately not even able to fully utilize 1440p with a 5070 Ti. But the fact that you do have DLSS 4 and you do have frame generation allows you to comfortably play that at 4K with today's newest games at above and beyond what a 4090 would do pure rasterization, and it feels good enough. Okay, like I'm not even gonna lie, like it legitimately like blows my mind when I turn on 4X frame gen and I play a game like Star Wars Outlaws with everything maxed out, and I'm playing that game on a 5070 Ti at 4K. And you know, I mean, like having a nice monitor absolutely makes that even better. And so I'm sitting there and I'm scratching my head and I'm like, to me, it's like, why are these guys mad? But then I understand. We're mad, you guys are mad because they're not giving you the full-on hardware power like they used to. But could you afford it these days? If they did, could we afford it? I know that I'm pretty tapped out. It seems like I've got money and like I can buy this stuff, but to be completely honest with you guys, I'm tired of spending my money on this stuff. I mean, I like the tech, I love the tech and stuff, but I'm getting to the point where it's like I buy these GPUs from Nvidia and then nobody watches the content, like nobody cares. And I'm doing my best to try to learn this stuff and try to do what I got to do, but I came into PC gaming when things were changing. Okay, things aren't the way they used to be anymore. We're getting cards that are significantly more efficient with less, and I was fully able to enjoy this experience, just like I'm fully able to enjoy the 5060 Ti experience. And it's crazy, my friends. It absolutely is crazy. You know, I've gotten on there on this 5070 Ti, and I've kind of pushed it a little bit to like really see what this card can do. And at the end of the day, I know you guys are mad. I know you're mad. I know you're upset, and that's fine. Be upset. Yeah, I don't want to sit and go through like the whole freaking rage bait anger content anymore, dude. Like I'm so over that stuff. Like I really got like outrage fatigue, to be completely honest with you. But I'm there for you. I am there for you guys. I am, and I understand. And I'm not going to try to minimize the fact that you guys are upset, because you guys have been doing this a lot longer than I have, and you have more at stake with this. But if you just hear me out and at least keep watching and listening to the content that I make, maybe I get through, maybe I change your mind, maybe I help you find peace with PC gaming going forward, because I don't think it's going back to the old way. There's just too much money on the table for AI stuff for it to ever go back, guys. Like we're second-class citizens when it comes to PC gaming, and as long as I can enjoy my games, my friends, and the price isn't freaking like ridiculous to the point where it's like you can barely afford it anyways. I don't know, man. After watching the Witcher 4 demo today and them showing that on a PlayStation 5, a base PlayStation 5, okay, I could play that game all day long. It looks absolutely beautiful. I know for a fact I'm going to be able to 100% immerse myself in that experience. So if a PlayStation 5 Pro, if a PlayStation 5 can do that, deliver that, these GPUs, man, I don't know. I want to see it first. I want to see it and I want to play it and feel it and see how it does. And then, I don't know, guys. We always complain that we want them to optimize and stuff like that, and I could tell you right now that there's still optimization and stuff on the table with the 2080 Ti, with the 1080 Ti. I guarantee they could get significantly more out of those cards than they do, and it all really just comes down to the way games are built and the hardware and software stuff that we use to run them. So hopefully PC gaming can at least stabilize so that we know what we're getting from now on. I'm going to keep covering these cards, and I'm going to keep trying to be positive about them. I know, but I know you guys are angry. I know you guys are angry, and I don't want to try to. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just trying to tell you that, hey, man, I'm enjoying the experience, guys. I think it's actually pretty cool. I did spend my own money on these Nvidia GPUs, and I think that I like Nvidia more with the feature set than I did without it, to be completely honest with you. So All right, my friends, if you guys like this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.